Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. We're going to be talking about Melanie Mac versus Alyssa Mercante. Yes, we're making a video about this because it's something to talk about, and it's very interesting, the dynamic that's happening currently right now between Alyssa and Melanie Mac. Now, we just had our stream, Saturday Night Hypnosis, where we spent 2 hours talking about this nonsense between the panelists, and honestly, it was a great discussion. It was a lot of different opinions regarding what Melanie Mac should not do, whatever the case may be. Honestly, I got a couple things I want to go over in this article and a couple things I want to touch on, but ultimately, I think this is going to be one of the first major battles within Gamergate 2.0.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
No, it's
not.
not.
No,
it's
not to
not.
normies.
No,
Dude,
no, it's
Melanie
not,
Mac
Leon.
lost all of her sponsors.
Yes, feed me your hate.
Everybody.
So we have an article here from Phantom Pulse with a headline that reads, Kotaku's Alyssa Mercante appears to be cozying to Melanie Mac, but for what reason? Yes, what reason exactly? What could be happening with Alyssa Mercante that's making her want to do something with Melanie Mac? I do have some opinions about this, but let's get into this article, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says, this week, Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercante, yes, that Alyssa Mercante, who wrote the Kotaku hit piece against gamers while covering for Sweet Baby Inc., expressed her desire to write yet another sleazy hit piece. This time, her target is popular streamer Melanie Mac. Although Melanie Mac wasn't mentioned by name, Mercante did post on X, "There's a story I've been simmering that I really want to pick back up again. If anyone has connections to a prominent female Twitch streamer and gaming personality who leans very hard into Christianity and homophobia, DM me or email me at a link in my bio, and I'm particularly interested in people who knew this person before their sharp rise in popularity." Now, very clearly, I want to make my, let's just talk about my personal opinion on this and why she's doing this, okay? So I have a conspiracy, okay? I can't prove it, obviously, but I have a mindset that I think what ended up happening was Alyssa Mercante and a couple of other writers who were left over at Kotaku after half the team quit. Those writers went to the management over at Kotaku, and they basically begged them to postpone the change and let them prove that they can bring more clicks, more views, more everything to Kotaku by maintaining a priority on news, and essentially activism, let's be real, but maintaining a priority on news versus the game guides, tips, and tricks that they want to prioritize now that made all of them quit in the first place. Then, after that was happening, right, after they had that conversation with management, because it happened around the same time, all of a sudden, Alyssa Mercante wants to pick up a story that she's supposedly been simmering on, which is about Melanie Mac. I feel as if she's going to utilize this story against Melanie Mac and try to spin this in such a way that is going to, number one, make Melanie Mac look bad, and number two, she's going to use it to try to prove to the management over at Kotaku that, hey, you need to prioritize news and not games, guides, tips, and tricks, because look how many clicks we got. Look how many angry whatever we got. Look at all this success that we have, and this is because we're making news and not games, guides. This is the work that we do. Let us keep doing it. I think she's going to use Melanie Mac to try to get that from them. And also, there's a new editor-in-chief position that's open. Who says she's not going to try to go for the promotion? She can use the Melanie Mac story to try to get that promotion after trying to prove Kotaku management wrong. I just feel like there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and this is why she's choosing Melanie Mac. Now, for me, I feel as if she's choosing Melanie Mac because, number one, Melanie Mac's the easiest target. And number two, she's the biggest of the easiest target, right? So why is she the easiest target? Well, because of Melanie Mac's personality. We love Melanie Mac over here at the Bigot Army. We've had her on Saturday Night Hypnosis. You know, we constantly retweet her tweets. She's funny as hell. But the truth of the matter is, she uses certain words that are going to be mega bombs for people like Alyssa, who are going to try to make someone look bad. All she's going to try to do is she's going to try to tear down the image of Melanie Mac. She's going to try to tear down the Christian image. She's going to try to tear down the gamer girl image. She's going to try to make it seem as if Melanie Mac is doing all of this for money, grifting, or whatever the case may be. That is going to be Alyssa Mercante's ultimate goal, which is why she wants to know about her before she got popular on social media. She's going to try to make that connection any way she can. Then it says Alyssa Mercante also added, if you personally know any decently popular gaming personalities and streamers who have seen a meteoric rise in a popularity shortly after adopting more reactionary views, DM/email me. So it's pretty clear, ladies and gentlemen, that Melanie Mac is going to be the start, but she's not going to stop there. And the funny thing is, she's going after people that she feels will bolster her narrative about people doing these things for views, people doing these things for grifting, people doing these things for money, monetary incentive, whatever the case may be. She's going to try to pitch the argument that they're not genuine. That's what they're going to try to do. She's going to try to pitch that Melanie Mac is not genuine in what she's saying, and she's only doing it because she saw a rise in views and popularity when she did it. That's the argument she's going to try to make. She can't make it with me because I've been doing the same thing since the beginning. I've been doing the same exact fucking thing since the beginning. You can go back to the first video on my channel, and I've been covering pop culture news and everything since the beginning and have the same exact takes. So I don't give a fuck what she does, but she's not going to go after me. I'm too small. She's going to go after people like Geeks and Gamers. She's going to go after the big crowd, but she's going to start with Melanie Mac and then work her way from there. Then it says Melanie Mac knew Mercante was talking about her and responded, you know, you could always just talk to me if you want, but it looks like you'd rather find people who don't like me to help you formulate some hate and lies to fit a narrative that you inevitably made up in your head for your witch hunt. Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercante jumped at the opportunity to send out a siren call of sleaze media pretending to have the intention of doing fair and objective opinion piece and replied to Melanie Mac, "Hi Melanie, I would love a chance to talk to you. My email's in my bio if you want to reach out. I plan on sending one your way next week, so it's end of day for me. Thanks." Whether Melanie Mac did in fact reach out to Kotaku's Alyssa Mercante, we'll have to wait and see. If Melanie Mac is hoping she would get a fair and objective treatment in anything that's going to be written by Alyssa Mercante from Sleaze Rag Kotaku, she's making a huge mistake. And I agree with that. There's nothing that she's going to be able to say to Alyssa that's going to make her want to do something objectively. Alyssa's not going at this to be objective. Alyssa is going at this to bolster her own career. She's going at this to make a hit piece against people she cannot stand. She cannot stand Melanie Mac in the slightest, whether ideologically, physically, because Melanie Mac is definitely more of your traditional feminine woman versus Alyssa Mercante that's basically just a ragdoll short-haired dude that gets ran through. But still, you can tell she's not doing it from an objective standpoint. She's going to try to do it from a sleazy standpoint like this article says, and I don't think that Melanie Mac is stupid enough to fall for it. I really don't. Just ask one of our own editor-in-chief, John Della Rose. I didn't listen to Vox Day. I gave an interview to Unfriendly Media. They trashed the shit out of me. Listen to Vox. I knew better. Fortunately, it's a site that has less traffic than my blog, so I won't give them the satisfaction of linking and giving them clicks. Most won't ever see it. Alyssa Mercante appears to have no morals and won't hesitate to twist anything. Melanie Mac says to create a sensation. Melanie Mac, if you're reading this, don't talk to Kotaku. And to Alyssa Mercante, if you're reading this, yes, go back to being a cam whore. It is more honorable than writing hit pieces for Kotaku. So, I mean, listen, guys, everybody has their opinion about whether or not Melanie Mac should go talk to Kotaku or not. Ultimately, I'm going to leave that up to Melanie Mac, but I do believe that if she does speak to Alyssa Mercante, every single word that she speaks to Alyssa is going to be twisted in the most obscene way. We've seen these people twist some absolute insane narratives, and that's because, again, they're not trying to do this objectively. They're not trying to be good journalists. They're not trying to do this from journalistic perspective, and they're not trying to have journalistic integrity. They simply want to get as much dirt as possible on Melanie Mac and tear down her image to try to make her lose her fan base. That's all she's trying to do, and she might succeed depending on how much information is given to her over time. So we'll find out as time goes on, but Melanie Mac, the Bigot Army got you, and I'm sure everybody else in our sphere has you as well. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.